In the last video, I began my ambitious adventure to paddle Sweden's largest lake, Vänern, in the formation of an 8. Despite a rough start, the weather improved throughout the day and I was able to make it over 30 kilometers from Karlstad towards Kristinehamn. Today you join me for part 2 of this adventure, as we are faced with the reality of paddling on the inland sea. Alright, it's about 12:30 now. I slept in. There's some scattered rainfall this morning, and I finally packed up. It was quite a hassle hopping into the water and packing up, but we're ready to go. I'm gonna hop in. It looks like it's clearing up nicely today. We're gonna be heading south today. Bye, first island. You did me well. Now, we're gonna be heading across to that island before popping across to the next island. It's about a kilometer, both stretches. You can see it's fairly calm here on the water. I think I'm gonna go full skirt today, just so I stay a little more dry. It's only gonna get up to about 22 C, aka 72 Fahrenheit today. Partly cloudy at best, so just gonna try and take it easy. I got some blisters and some pain and some soreness, so I don't want to overdo it. Okay, we made it to the first island. Now I'm gonna fill up my water. Looks pretty clean. One might say spotless. Oh, it tastes so good. The sun has come out to greet me on this fine day. I'm just gonna pop up to this corner here. We've reached the second island here, and then I'll check the map. Passing by this island here. Gonna be heading mostly in this direction, a little bit more east now today, before following that peninsula out to the south. It looks like there's somewhere that you can cross under a bridge around here-ish, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that. The sun is hot now, all of a sudden. I'm sweating in this skirt. What's up, bird? Oh, this is real shallow. Uh-oh. Alright, back it up. Try again. Shallow. It's not super clear if I can come through this bay here, so I'm going to do a bit of a right turn, come around the outside of that island and follow it along south for a bit. It's quite shallow here. I'm seeing hundreds and thousands of those lake snails as well. I might have to grab a bunch and cook them up one night. I believe this is an island straight ahead of us here, and then there's the peninsula behind it, so that's where we're headed. Okay, I take that back. Instead of this island, we're going more in this direction, where it looks like there is a bridge that connects the peninsula, so to speak, and I'm hoping I can go under it and through. That will save me probably like 4 kilometers today. Okay, recalculating. It was actually even further to the left, stronger left turn. You can see the bridge right there, and it looks like I can definitely go under it. So that's lovely. Just next to the bridge here, there's a campsite. I'm getting the impression that it is public, not private. It's got a dock and a sign, fire pit, picnic table. Super cool. This was sort of the area I was hoping to reach on the night 1, but it would have added another hour and a half approximately. And it was already getting late, and I had already done 33 kilometers, so that was an ambitious idea on my part, but clearly nice spot here if you're ever in the area. Woo! Hey! We left that island behind, coming around this here. And you can see I've got about a little more than a kilometer across to the next island there, and then the mainland behind it. That's probably not super clear though. Oh, there you can sort of see the edge. And if you continue north here into this channel for a while, you get to Kristinehamn, which is why there's quite a bit of boats out today. It is a Sunday, so people are enjoying themselves. And how could you blame them? So I'm gonna head across here. I'm gonna pull up close to land here and have a little pee real quick in this protected bay. Okay, this will do. It's definitely shallow enough for a pee. Okay, had a quick protein bar, a bit of water, 5-minute break. It's time to get going again. Okay, this will be the next island right here, and then we'll be meeting up with the mainland just past it there. And then it'll be south for the rest of the day. Boop, boop. Lovely island here. We've come to the southern tip now. Here's the mainland, and then we'll be following it south. I've been paddling for about 2 hours and 15 minutes now, and I'm past 6 miles, so keeping a strong pace today. Conditions are ideal, I would say. It doesn't feel like it's blowing south anymore, which the forecast suggested, but we will see when we approach the mainland. We made it back to the mainland from those islands there. Lots of summer cottages to be expected. I'm going to cut across this bay here, straight that way. It'll save me quite a bit of time. Should be about 2 kilometers across max. I've been following along the coast for a while now. Lots of summer homes. The wind had been coming at me for a while as well, so progress was a bit slower. But I'm going to be going this way, and then there's like a bit of a peninsula that sticks out, and once I get to the end of that, there will be no more homes to deal with, and then I can take a lunch break. Here's the last of the peninsula, just ahead of me to the right. I am super exhausted. I need to get some lunch in me. I'm gonna pick a spot wherever I can. Oh yeah, this will do just fine. Beautiful. Oh, she's slippery. All right, made it up on land. Had a quick pee. It was urgent, let me tell you. There is a lot of bird poop on this small island, but I'm gonna make do. I'm boiling up some tomato soup. It's a classic. Soup's all done. Takes like 5 minutes to boil up the pasta a little bit, but totally worth it. Now I got my sandwiches ready. I'm just gonna add a tin of mackerel and tomato sauce to this soup, so it's a proper feast today. All right, I'm all packed up again. Spent over an hour here at Poop Island. I think it's about 6:30 now. You can see the water is nice and glassy. So I should make good progress here for the next 2-3 hours, depending on how far I want to go. And we're off. We are going to be heading towards the left side of this island straight ahead here, and then past that along the mainland again. Passing by this island. Next up, we head to this one, the right-hand tip, before it skirts towards the mainland. Making decent time. The wind has picked up a bit, but we are now heading right around there, and then we continue following the peninsula out just a touch. The wind is really fighting me for every step here now, so I think I'm gonna call it a day, or at least take a pause. There's no point in just grinding for grinding's sake. I'm gonna turn in to this island here. It looks like I can slot myself in right here. Yeah, that was lovely. Don't know about this island, but we'll find out. Paddle down. skirt up, shoes on. Phone secured. All right. Ooh. You can see it's still quite windy coming at me. Some waves here. I pulled the kayak up far enough now that I can reach the back and the storage. This island is looking pretty good. My only concern is who ate this? And are they still on the island? But I'm gonna camp here anyway. I found a nice little flat spot right there. The wind is coming through nicely, so it should keep the bugs at bay. Just gonna set up my tent. All right, I'm all set up in the tent. A couple hours to sunset. Looks like I got a bit of a sunburn today. Ain't no problem. Unfortunately, it looks like tomorrow there's gonna be quite a bit of headwind as well. Gusts up until like 30 miles an hour, which is potentially dangerous out on the kayak. So I'm gonna try and get an early start, get some distance in, and we'll see how it goes. Here's the tent set up. It is finally sunset. Right around 10 p.m. now. I'm gonna enjoy myself a cold ravioli and hit the hay. It's 5 a.m. and it's already windier than yesterday, and the forecast is calling for bad news for the next 48 hours. Wind gusts up to 55 kilometers an hour. I could get going in this, but I would make just about zero progress, and I would be really not having a good time. So I'm gonna sit and think about all the decisions I've made throughout my life. Thankfully I have lots of food still. I got some service. I got some downloaded shows on Netflix. You know how it'd be. Can't be taking huge risks when you're solo out on the water. Like I was saying, I could definitely get going here, but I know it's gonna keep picking up, and I'm gonna be heading straight into the wind for at least 8 kilometers. This is gonna be rough. We got some waves breaking now. Oh yeah, the wind is really picking up now. I've been sleeping off and on. It's about 12 o'clock now. It's gonna get worse up until 4 or 5. So there ain't no way I'm going nowhere today. Just gonna try and relax and heal my wounds and eat a bunch of food. And then we'll see what tomorrow brings. Cooked up some quick oatmeal, honey, banana chips, walnuts. This should be stick to your ribs good, baby. Just finished my oatmeal, and we're getting a little bit of a drizzle coming through. First test of the tent. I think she'll hold up just fine. I'm gonna get back to relaxing, maybe even take another nap. The storm continues to rage. No paddling for me today. It's supposed to pick up a little bit more even, but there's just enough sun coming through the clouds that I've been able to pull out my adapter and get some charge going on my portable chargers, which is lovely. That means I won't have to do without my entertainment, at least. It's at times like these where a harmonica is your best friend. I actually bought this on a whim off Amazon for like $6 before I left the States, and this is the first time I've ever used it, so I'm surprisingly happy with how easy it is. I'm having a good time. The wind just keeps picking up. You can see the tent looks like it wants to fly away when I'm not in it. She's holding up though. It's going crazy outside now. I feel like if I wasn't in this tent, it would just fly away. But I'm just enjoying myself. Decent view. Playing some Pokemon. Life is good. We've got some proper waves now. Kayak should be fine where it is though. But can you imagine being out on this? Dangerous, to say the least. Oh shit. Oh. It's trying to pick up my tent. Even the birds are struggling. Retreat, retreat! And the sun finally sets on this day. Faced with almost a full week of rain and wind, I made the tough choice to abandon my dream of completing the loop in one trip. After 48 hours on my new island home, the wind died down before sunset, and I made a push for the mainland, where my aunt and uncle picked me up. The weather in Sweden this summer was not cooperating, but I would be back to Lake Vänern to continue this adventure soon enough. Thanks for watching.